Hello students, today we are going to learn about data types. Now, before getting into data types, let us know where data types are used. Data types are used with variables. As we know, variables are used to store values within themselves. So, what type of value will be stored inside a variable is determined by a data type. Now, there are different categories of data type. Let us see what are the different categories of data type. The different categories of data types are primitive and non-primitive. Now, what is primitive data type? Primitive data types are the basic or fundamental data types which are independent of any other data type. Independent means these data types are not dependent on any other data type. Primitive data types are also known as built-in data types. For example, integer, character, double, boolean, float. Second one is non-primitive data type. Non-primitive data types and also known as derived data types. These data types are dependent on the primitive data types. For example, class, array, string. Now, what is a class, what is an array, or what is a string? One must be confused about that. We will learn about these things later on. For the time being, you will remember that array, string, class, these are all non-primitive data types. Now, here is a pictorial representation of the categories of data type. Here we can see the data types are divided into two categories. One is primitive, another one is non-primitive. Now, under the primitive data type, we are again having two more categories. One is numeric, another one is non-numeric. The numeric data type is again having two more categories. One is integral, another one is floating. Now, what is integral? Integral means the numbers without any decimal point, whole numbers. And floating point means the numbers with decimal point. So, what are the different types of integral data types that we are having? We are having byte, short, int, and long. And what are the floating point data types we are having? We are having float and double. Now, next, let us come to the non-numeric data type. What are the non-numeric primitive data types? One is character, another one is boolean. Character data type is used to store letter, or we can say alphabet, or any single digit, or any single symbol. Then comes non-primitive data type. As we said, class, array, string, these are all non-primitive data types. Next, there is a tabular representation of the primitive data types. Here you will get to see the size of the primitive data types. The first one is byte. What is the size of byte? It's 1 byte. And we know 1 byte is equals to 8 bit. So if we want to represent this data type into bits, then we will say 8 bits. Short. Next one is short data type. The size of short data type is 2 bytes or 16 bits. Next one is integer, int. Size is 4 byte or 32 bits. Next, long. Size is 8 byte or 64 bits. Float is 4 byte or 32 bits. Next one is double. The size of double data type is 8 bytes or 64 bits. Next is character. Size of character data type is 2 bytes or 16 bits. Last one is Boolean. Boolean data type is used to store true or false value. Its size is 1 bit. Now from this table, you'll have to remember the size of each and every data type. Next is type conversion. What is type conversion? Type conversion is converting one data type into another type. So what is the definition of type conversion? The process of converting one predefined data type into another type is called type conversion. For example, if I want to store a float type value into an integer variable, then what I have to do? I have to convert the float type value into integer type. Then only I can store it inside a integer variable. And there are two categories of type conversion. One is implicit, one is explicit. What is implicit type conversion? Implicit type conversion is done automatically by the compiler. Now here, the source data type is smaller in size than the destination one. So what we are doing here, we are converting a smaller data type into higher data type. And this type of conversion is done automatically by the compiler. Now let us see the example of implicit typecasting. So what we have taken here, we have taken here a variable as character type. So character C equals to, we are storing the value as a bit A. Next what we have written, int x equals to C. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to store a character type variable into an integer type variable. Now what is the size of character type variable? It's 2 bytes. And what is the size of integer type variable? It is 4 bytes. So character type variable is smaller in size compared to integer type. That means the compiler can automatically convert this character type variable into integer type. This is known as implicit type conversion. Next one is explicit type conversion. What is explicit type conversion? Explicit type conversion is done forcefully by the user. The compiler cannot automatically convert a data type with higher size to a data type of smaller size. So for that, what we need to do is we need to use a typecast operator, and it is done forcefully by the user. For example, let us take a double type variable and an integer type variable. What we will do, we are trying to convert this double type variable into integer type. So double x equals to 2.5. The variable x of double type is having the value 2.5. Then what we have written, we have written int y equals to int of x. What is this int of x doing? This int of x is forcefully converting the variable x, which is of double type, into integer type. Why? Because the size of double type variable is 8 bytes, whereas the size of integer type variable is 4 bytes. So double type is bigger than integer type. That means the compiler cannot automatically convert it. So we need to forcefully convert this data type. That is why we are using a typecasting operator. Here? Okay. Now few sample questions are given based on this topic. Please try to solve these sample questions. For today, we will end our class here only. Thank you.